What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here, back with another episode of Off the Top Show, Spartan Dog Edition. As you see on the screen here, got my good brother Tony Lippett, aka Lip. What's happening, my good brother?
What's the wizard? Finals is on the way. We here now. What's happening?
Yes, we are. Before we go ahead and get into that talk, let's go ahead and talk about our Michigan sports as well. Before we hop into the Speak On It segment, Lions, All-Pro center, Frank Ragnow. I'm saying his last name wrong. My apologies. He has retired. 7 seasons in Detroit. You know, the center position is kind of big within the offensive line, especially in the NFL. I don't know if you've heard about it or not, if you're hearing it right now, but just talk to me like what that does in regards to kind of now you got to shuffle some pieces around on the O-line. I mean, if you don't have really an O-line and everyone's not really on the same frequencies, you know, the center is the one that goes ahead and kind of balances everything else, makes the calls. You're like, oh, shit, who's the next guy? But I think they're going to have someone that's going to step up. But talk to me about what you think about him retiring, because this is kind of big.
Yeah. Obviously it's big. It's definitely big because obviously the Detroit Lions has had one of the best offensive lines for the last couple years for sure. Obviously he's been there for a long time. If he's the center, you say he's the center, right?
Yeah, he's the
So
center.
he's the center. Like he's the play caller of the offensive line. Like he points out the mic. He's speaking to everybody. He's the quarterback of the offensive line. He's the main one really talking and snapping the ball and having to. I'm sure he pulls sometimes, pull this way, pull that way. Just often communication, and he's been the center for Jared Goff since Jared Goff has been there. So this is going to be different for Jared Goff as well. It's different communication, it's different fields, it's different chemistry. All of these things come into place. But I would say the Eagles was able to move on really well after Kelsey retired. Then they had the other guy, I think it's Jurgens. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's his name. But he went on to be a all pro bowler, make bread. So he came right off the back and was able to, bring in the Avengers and re-avenge the offensive line for them as well. So obviously it's gonna be a tough blow. But shout out to him. You said he played 7 years, right?
He played 7 years with Detroit, and I think, I don't want to get my numbers wrong, but he played healthy in the NFL. I think he had like 13 years. I'm about to look up right now, but that's a hell of a season, hell of a career.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, that's Ragnow.
He was born in May too. Shout out to May birthdays.
Oh. No, yeah, he only played in 7 seasons.
Only played in 7 seasons? Oh, okay.
So he's played 7 seasons and he retired.
Oh.
A lot of guys are retiring early. They just, I don't know what it is, but, I'm going to say some players that are retiring early are thinking more about, longevity than just the short term, success or the short term glamorization, whatever you want to call it, whatever adjective you got for it. But man, you gotta protect yourself, man. You gotta protect your mentals, protect your pockets, protect your peace, protect your mind. And this is just something that a lot of players are, thinking about a little bit more nowadays. So shout out to him. Hope all is well. Hope retirement goes as clean as it can go. And you got a long life ahead of you. So shout out to him, shout out to his family, and great career. All 7 years with the Lions. Hey, I'll take it, man. Came in the city, left out the city, man. You can't go wrong with that, man. So I'm turned up. And he left the team better than he found it. Like they the NFC Championship just 2 years ago. Last year they went on a 13-12 game winning streak. Number one in the conference, everything. So no, they wasn't one. They wasn't number one. They was number 4. Right? They was number 5, right? Because they lost to the Vikings. Didn't they lose to the Vikings? Yeah, okay, so they lost. Them motherfuckers went on a 12-game win streak and didn't even have a first-round bye week for the playoffs. But that's how it goes sometimes. So, but shout out to Frank, man. Great career, and it's the cycle, man. That's how it goes. So, shout out to him.
No, right with you, Frank, man. Congratulations. This is just another good step of life, man. Like I remember just going through all that, and you're like, man, what to do all this, but enjoy your retirement, my good brother. You're definitely going to impact, obviously, off the field as you've done on the field. So Moving on over to the Detroit Tigers, man. First in the ALC, 40-21. They beat the Chicago White Sox 13-1. I mean, this team is hot, Lip. What's going on with your Detroit Lions, man? These guys can't lose at all.
Best record in the league, still. It's been about 4 weeks. We've been the best record in the league, bro. Every week we talk about, man, they got the best record. They the second best. No, they didn't have the best record for the last. I remember 4 episodes. They had the best record. So shout out to the Lions, man. I mean, not the Lions. Shout out to them too. But shout out to the Tigers. Shout out to the Red Wings. Goddamn. I don't know all these other teams. Man, shout out to all the teams out of Michigan, out of Detroit, man, except the one school. But even them, shout out to them a little bit. But, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it is what it is. But, yeah, man, we looking good, man. So, I know they got a whole bunch of games, though. Don't they play like damn near 200 games in the regular season?
200 games of baseball is insane. No,
I'm saying, how many they play?
They play like 100. I think total, like when they go and go to the World Series, I think they play like 120.
Like how many is it in the regular season?
82, I believe.
82 games in the regular? No, it can't be 82
more.
games.
Could be more.
That's basketball.
Let's see here.
I know they play over 100 games in the regular season.
Yep, 162. So yeah, you were right.
I was about to say I'm definitely close.
200. So
I knew they played a whole bunch of games.
Yeah, no, 200 is 200. Well, I forget that they play like every day, so that's my bad on my end. Should be knowing baseball when I played the game. But I would say, roughly about 200. So, they'll probably end out at like 190 something when it includes the playoffs and the World Series, things like that. So.
That's a lot of games, man. But to have a good start, I'm sure a good start always means something. But it's such a long season. Like you 40-21 right now, but you can lose the next 50. You can lose 50 of the next 65, and then it just looks. You feel me? And then you can go on another run at the end and come back. I just feel like it's just like 4 seasons in one, bro. That's a lot of games, bro. But that's what it is. But shout out to the Detroit Tigers, man. Keep going, keep turning up. Keep getting that chemistry, keep balling, and we're going to come out like OKC Thunder this year, hopefully get us one.
That'd be crazy. They go ahead and face the White Sox again on Wednesday, and then they go ahead and face them on Thursday. Excuse me. They go ahead and face them today, then they go face them on Wednesday and Thursday. They got a 4-game stint, and that is within their division. So they sweep them. I mean, the Chicago White Sox really aren't that good. Last year they couldn't even win 10 games. That would be good just on the resume. And then moving on over, obviously, to speak on this segment, this is the one we've all been waiting for. We all know that the Indiana Pacers and OKC are heading to the NBA Finals. Game 1 is Thursday, 7:30. You look at both these teams, and I've tweeted this earlier, match up very well. Despite that, obviously, you got SGA, who's won MVP. But the Pacers, if you've seen throughout this whole series, just hang on, man. They got a squad, and they are fearless and don't care who they play, when they play. They're going to pick you up the length of the court on defense. They're going to go ahead and, get in transition, press the balls, shoot threes, make shots, guys step up, on their end. And then obviously with the Thunder, it's the same thing. You got Williams, you got SGA, you got Chet, and then you have their rolling pieces as well. I think this is going to be a great NBA Finals. I have the Thunder winning in 6, possibly 5. What are your thoughts going in and now seeing just how these two teams are? Do you think they match up well? Kind of talk to me a little bit about this series, what you think is going to go down.
And before I jump into this series, one thing I want to say about this year's playoffs, NBA playoffs, I would say this year's playoffs, there wasn't a lot of big injuries that kind of took people out. Steph Curry had the hamstring, but I think even if Steph played, I think the Wolves beat the Warriors. Everybody picked the Wolves to win. The experts, you feel me? They picked the Wolves to win before the series started. So even with Steph Curry, I still think the Wolves would have won. Boston, obviously they lost Tatum at the end of game 3, at the end of game 4. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was game 4. They lost him. I still think they would have lost that game, so it would have been 3-1. But if you have Tatum, they could have potentially came back depending on what type of performance, them guys would have, had to, do. But 2 games at home out of the last 3, that would have been good for Boston. But that didn't happen. But he got took out. So it hasn't really been too many major injuries in this like playoffs. But the level of like basketball, the excitement, the athleticism, the new school, like kind of pushing out the old school. This is where we see like who is going to be here for the next wave of basketball, for the next wave of who is it going to go through now. Like I said in a few episodes back, the league is not going through LeBron James no more. Like the championship, it don't, like maybe the marketing and all of that still go through LeBron James, and all of that is still his league. But as far as the championship, it don't go through him no more. It don't go through him no more. It don't go through Steph Curry no more. It don't go through Kevin Durant no more. And it never. I'm not gonna say that because it did go through those guys, because those guys are top. Those 3 guys right there are top 10 all time. Right. Like you can't tell me that Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, obviously LeBron James, but Steph Curry and KD is top 10 all time. Whatever they always, it ain't gonna be an argument that you're gonna be able to put one of those guys outside of the top 10. Like it's gonna be a fight. So, but we at the back end of that now. You know what I'm saying? And now we're being introduced to who's showing up in the playoffs. Tyrese Halliburton voted a couple years in a row of most overrated player. Trae Young on there as well, and Halliburton just come back making his team better. It ain't always about points. It ain't always about he's making his team better. He's pushing the pace. Like he running point guard. Like he a real point guard. But he can score too. But this league now is so infatuated with people being able to score. How many points can you get? But it's like, bro, you need the Rondos. You feel me? You need the Boris Diaws. Right. People don't even know about that. Need.
Why you just hit him over the head with that one? No one knows that guy.
Bro, you need guys like that. You need the Rayford Austins. You need those guys, bro. You need the Cuttino Mobleys. You need those guys to separate. I like what I'm seeing from Halliburton. I'm like what I'm seeing from these new guys. SGA, obviously, Ant. Who knows? Victor, I'm sure Victor he gonna have something to say next year in this playoff. He's not gonna go another year without making the playoffs. Victor Wembanyama, he's not gonna go another year without them making the playoffs. The Spurs are gonna do something. Just like Dallas did something when they got the number 1 pick. NBA working. They not about to keep letting this guy get hurt or any of that shit. He's going to the playoffs.
Right.
So it might go through him. You feel me? Like, who knows? So, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from this playoff. So I just want to cap that off. This NBA playoffs has been competitive. New school guys, 3-level scoring guys. It ain't just a bunch of threes being shot. It's guys attacking the basket, passing the ball. The all that big 3 super team shit. That shit is kind of leaving away a little bit. And now you just got depth. Now you just got guys that's rangy, like the Thunder. Come on, bro. They got range. They got athleticism. They got height. They got scoring. They got shooting. They got defense crazy. Like, I ain't seen this type of defense, bro. And I watched them play against Denver, and then I watched them play. Who did they just play against? Who the OKC just played against this last round? The Wolves.
Timberwolves.
I watched them, bro. I told you they was gonna whoop their ass. I told you. I said, bro, I thought they was gonna sweep them, but obviously probably gonna get one at home. But I said it wasn't going past 5. I'm just loving the new blood from this NBA, from these NBA players. And this final series, man, what you think about this? Obviously you said you got the Thunder in 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw this at you now. I'll go back to answering the question.
Yeah.
Who is like? Give me a guy on the Thunder team that is gonna come in and affect the game in more ways that they affected the game throughout this whole playoffs. Like an X Factor type of guy that's just gonna come in, may not have a bunch of points, but his plus minus is gonna be crazy. I mean, he can have a bunch of points, but his plus minus is gonna be crazy. He gonna make the right play, diving on the floor. He gonna make the right the right move this way, the right shift with the defense, just gonna be at the right place at the right time. Who you feel like that who you feel like on the OKC Thunder that's gonna be?
Well, for me, that's a no-brainer. I think Alex Caruso is going to be that guy. Easy. He, as we've seen throughout his playoffs with the OKC and what they rely on him on, he answers it every time. Had to guard Jokic when he went to go ahead and kind of get crunch time and throw a different body out and make it tough on him. He did that. Balls on the floor, pause, to where he wanted to go ahead and get it. He did that. You know, he went ahead and did the little things to go ahead and get his team right within the game, doing the small things so that SGA and all those guys can go ahead and get a rhythm. And then I think there was something that came out as well during the Timberwolves series, just being that guy that he can go ahead and talk about these situations because he's been in those situations before and he's performed at a high level in playoffs. He's had a couple great games, you know, when he was with the Lakers, being able to go ahead and be that guy to make plays. I think that's the guy for sure that is going to be an X factor in this game because he's going to have to do the same thing. Granted, it may not be where he has to play, you know, against the all-world guy, but he might have to get against their big and have to make it tough on him. Being that guy just to throw different, you know, scenarios at someone to where they don't feel comfortable like they do. Because Indiana, like if you look at how they play, bro, they take the same shots every series. They take the same shots every single series. So it's like, how do you go ahead and kind of get that out, you know, out of whack as best as you can? You know, you try to go ahead and throw different combinations, you know, at this team. But I think that, you know, Caruso is going to be the X factor of this game. And I think he's going to go ahead and definitely step up because this OKC team is a team that is unreal on both ends if you really sit down and look at it. Like, I had to kind of sit back and was like, yo, like this is a complete basketball team. Like on both ends of the floor. Like it ain't like it's just like they got it on one end, they have it on both ends. So I think to sum that up, Alex Caruso is going to be the guy to go ahead and do what he needs to do as you know, is what you asked me.
Okay, that's a good answer. I like how you you came up with this combination. You were saying they're gonna have to throw different combinations at him to try to either slow him down or speed him up or whatever. Now we got OKC be the number one defense in the NBA. Been the number one defense all year. You look at the PFF, you look at all the little stats, metrics, plus minus hits, they throughout the whole season, even till now. On the other hand, Indiana is the number one offense. Now they the 4 seed, but they the number one offense. Are they the 4 seed or they the 5 seed?
They are the I believe the fourth. Yep, 4th seed.
Okay, they're the 4 seed. So they kind of been around there the whole year. I think they should have fucking around and got to the 2 seed, but they was kind of playing on and off this year. So we got number one defense colliding with the number one offense. What is OKC going to be able to do? How do you slow down the Indiana Pacers offense? What are you trying to eliminate as a coach and as obviously the defensive minded players on your defense? What is the OKC Thunder's mindset defensively to try to stop the number one offense in the NBA that's been number one offense all year? What are they focusing on? Give me some tips. Give me some adjustments that they can focus on to stop Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers offense.
Well, I think the big thing for them, they're knowing that this team likes to get in transition, right? They feed off of turnovers. They feed off of where you don't go ahead and put the ball in the basket. Even if you do or not, they're going. Like, if there's no stopping, like the way that they get their offensive going is that they get transition buckets. They do high pick and rolls. They are set, like I said earlier, they're set to their shots. They always shoot corner threes. Nembhard either goes ahead, gets a pick, rolls off, boom, he's hitting elbow jumpers. He's going to shoot the elbow jumper every time. So how can you go ahead and knock them off of those spaces? You kind of got to do reverse psychology on them and just when you go ahead and maybe they do pick and roll, just double the pick and roll right away here and there. Maybe one time do it. Maybe one time don't. Maybe hedge. Go ahead and do things that you've never done before, you know, Granted, you have the number one defense, so I'm not really worried about their defense. It's more of them, they're going to be able to hit shots. So I know that I'm going to live with them shooting twos. Like, I'm going to live with them shooting inside the 3-point arc because their momentum as well is what goes on, as we've seen throughout these playoffs. If they're hitting threes, and that's granted with anybody. You know, if you're hitting threes, that's momentum. But if you can eliminate Turner hitting top of the key threes, let Halliburton go to the rim. I will live with Halliburton going to the rim and trying to finish on Chet Holmgren or whoever's there down there in that paint to actually have to have him finish every time he comes off a pick and roll. Like, hey, listen, like, you just go ahead. Like, I'll let him just go ahead every time. I'll live with him going to the hoop than him going ahead and being chased. And now all of a sudden the big is sucked down to where now Turner has a wide open three. Or Siakam has a wide open three. Or because Halliburton's so good at finding people that the baseline guy is now underneath the basket. He throws a laser pass to Neymar in the corner. Now he's got a wide open three. Go ahead and try to find ways to where you just, the guy that has the ball has to score. So what do? You go ahead and just play head up on everybody on pick and rolls. Don't even help. Have the guy get through. And if they score 2 points, you know you're going to come down and be able to go ahead and get yours as well because you've got the players to do it. So I just think realistically, you have to not let guys get wide open on pick and rolls, and you have to make a decision on the pick and rolls. It's like, are you going to go ahead and get through, or you're not going to get through? Are you going to switch? Like, that is going to be a really big factor on how to kind of get the Pacers off guard because the Pacers are already a good offensive team. I mean, they got Siakam who's playing immaculate right now. I mean, this is probably since his Toronto days. I mean, he's always been a bucket, but like he's in his bag right now. Like the hoop is crazy.
He didn't be doing his thing. He shouldn't have won that Eastern Conference award though. Because is it just for the Eastern Conference Finals or is it for the whole East playoffs?
It's just for the Eastern Conference Finals, I think.
So people think he was a better player than Tyrese. So it's just for that last series. So it don't account for the first 2 series of the playoffs because it's an Eastern Conference Finals like award. It ain't just for it's not just for the Eastern Conference Finals. It's for the whole playoffs until you get to the finals. That's what I assume.
I couldn't even tell you. Lord only knows what these awards mean anymore. All I know is that if I see Eastern Conference Finals, I'm assuming that is just for that period of game. But continue.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit just they be making us stuff. These damn awards. Just always trying to hate on Brian. She always come back to Brian at the end of the day. But I mean, I definitely like what all you just said because I just like the collision. I just feel like when you got the number one offense going up against the number one defense, both of y'all have seen so many different looks that have been thrown at y'all all year.
Right.
Because you've been the number one defense all year, damn near, and you've been the number one offense all year. So that's one thing that I'm sure teams pointed out pregame or in film when they watching or whatever with the stats. Whenever they talking about stats, hey, this is the team number one offense. We got to stop this, blah, 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 blah. Hey, this team defense, bro. They scrappy, loose ball, all of that shit. You need to, they doing that. So this is something that teams, knew of prior to playing them. And they still became the number one offense, number one defense. So I'm excited to see the chess match between the coach for OKC. I know his name. I think his first name is Mark. I don't know how to say his last name like that. But Coach Mark, and you got Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is a really good coach, a championship coach. He's coached some great players. And he got this team balling right now, playing really well. So I'm excited to see the game 1, the game 2, the game 2, the game 3 chess match that's be going on because it's going to be exciting to see. So I'm not going to put too much into game 1 because I expect OKC to win this series, especially they're going to win game 1. But don't be surprised. Them Pacers, they come out and they'll beat you in game 1 and then they'll come back and beat you in your own court on game 2 like they just did the Knicks. They beat teams before on their own court and I'm not mistaken, they did the same thing to Cleveland. Didn't they beat Cleveland the first 2 games at home? And then, yeah, I think they beat Cleveland the first 2 games at home, beat them in 4. So it's like, beat them in 5. This Pacers team is tested. I'm going to say that. Like, they tested enough to this point. I just don't know if it's going to be enough for OKC. Because, like you said, if they blitz them off the pick and roll, they blitz Halliburton or they hard hedging them, they just throwing different looks at them, right? Honestly, I think the person that can really only beat you is Tyrese Halliburton. So I'm not going to allow him to beat me. I don't think Siakam can really beat me by himself. And I know the rest of them can't. The rest of them can't. They good in their role, but they need their first 2 guys to play really well all the time so they can fit into their role. You know what I'm saying? Like Halliburton and Siakam can't be combined for 30 points or 35 points because now there's another 25 points that you're going to be looking for from other people and they can't do that. I'm not saying they can't do that, but, that's not their role to do that. So I'm excited for this matchup, man. I think it's going to be up and down. I think the games are going to be close to a certain extent. I don't think neither one of these teams are going to give up because we didn't see Indiana be down by 20, 25 points and come back and win games, buzzer beaters, choke signs. You feel me? Halliburton got about 3-4 buzzer beaters this playoffs alone. So they are battle tested. So I'm excited to see this matchup. Like I said, I don't think I said it before, but I got OKC winning in 5. I got OKC winning in 5. I think this series go exactly how the last series went with OKC and the Wolves. I think OKC take games 1 and 2 at home. I think the atmosphere is going to be crazy packed. Hopefully, some stars go and watch SGA because I think he's one of those players, bro. I think Dawg can be good, bro. I think he can be one of the great guards. Like, if we being real, like I said, bro, it's going to be a little hot takey. I don't know if I said this on this, but I remember we was talking about it. If SGA, first off, I don't even believe SGA is in his prime yet. He's 26 years old. I don't even think he's in his prime yet. I think he in that young prime, but that prime, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, that little window right there, that's usually when players are their best players, especially in basketball. I don't even think, like I said, he's not there yet. So if he got better, like if last season is his worst season, not this one, last one, when he came in second and third in the MVP race, and he didn't lead the league in scoring 3 years in a row, 30 points for 3 years in a row. That hasn't been done in a long time. 30, bruh. I'm not even gonna say a long time. I don't think that's been done ever, probably. Maybe it's for Michael Jordan. I don't know, but we just watched a dude score 30 for 3 years in a row, 30 plus 3 years in a row, and 3 scoring championships. If he was to play top 5, top 10 basketball for the next, let's just say, 8 years, I think they're gonna win another championship. Not another championship. I think they're gonna win this year, and I think this group with the Thunder, they will win another championship because they young and I don't think any of them guys gonna want to like go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they gonna like it where they at for now. Let's just say for the next 4 or 5 years they together, they gonna win another championship. He gonna win some more. He may get another MVP. It depends. I don't know. You know how that go. He gonna get all the first team All NBAs, second team All NBAs. Might win a Defensive Player of the Year because I think that's what's gonna take his game to that fucking Jordan, Bryant type level, Kobe type level when he start locking people up on defense, and he already do. But when he start getting first team All Defense or second team All Defense or Defensive Player of the Year votes along with what he doing on offense, all right now. If he do that for 8 years in a row, the next 8 years, but that's looking like I said, that's up there with Kobe with me, bro. I think he already better than D Wade right now, and I love D Wade, bro. but he better than D Wade right now. And D Wade was cold, but D Wade, when he was balling out, when he was flash from 2000 after he won his first championship in 2005, those next 4 years, that was when he was flash. They wasn't winning shit. They was barely making the playoffs, getting put out in the first round, not even winning a game in the first round for 4 straight years until Brian came and saved he coaches. That's another story though. But like I said, man, when it's all said and done, he gonna be up there with Kobe and Jordan name, bro. I feel like he gonna be in that category. I feel like he gonna be better than James Harden, and James Harden is a legend. James Harden a legend, but I think he got something to say about this guard shit. And I don't know if he's gonna be considered a point guard or a shooting guard. I'm gonna just call him a guard. Feel me? I don't think he a point guard, but I think he more of a shooting guard than a point guard. But he a creator. He a shot maker, shot creator. He everything moves around him how he wants it to move. So shout out to SGA, man. Love his attitude, his passion, his zeal for the game, his attention to detail to the game, his vision of the game. And you can tell he wanted to be great for a long time. So that's what I'm looking at. I just think he's going to be one of those players that we talk about as far as one of the greats later on down the line. People probably can't see it now, but I'm calling it right now. I got him up there with Kobe. I got him up there. He's going to be top 5 guards in NBA history when he retired. And I don't think he's going to be number 5. There we go. Yeah. Thunder and 5.
I'll tell you this. I mean, I'll even say it right now. I think SGA is the best at his position right now.
For real, though, think about it. Who is a better guard right now? Who is a better guard than SGA right now in the league? Who is the close one? Ant, bro. Ant, you just watched that last series? Ant got some growing up here to do. You can tell, like, he only know how to play, like, 2 ways. You feel me? Like, he know how to play 1 way, then he know how to play 2 ways. But, bro, you got to be able to know how to play, like, 10 ways to be great. You feel me? Like, SGA on, like, level 6 right now. You feel me? He ain't even got to level 10 yet, but he still has learned how to fucking play the game within the game, within the game, within the other game. So,
I just want to re-highlight what you said so this just doesn't go over people's heads. This man scored 30-plus points in 3 years. You say it again.
Straight.
30-point average in 3 seasons. So, all right, yeah, it's a fluke that he went ahead and dropped 30 that time. No, I did it again. No, I did it again. He did it 3 times. Most players can't even average 30 in a season, let alone 30 in a game.
I was about to say,
like, I'm just game. For real. But even the greats, like, that you think of right now, all the point guards, all the OG point guards, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, and then if you go guards like Curry, like, he is
Hard.
the top. Yeah, he's the top of in his class right now. His position, he is the top guy right now. RJ, why are you saying that? There's so much history. No, I'm talking about right now. Right now. He is the best player at his position right now.
And he ain't 7 foot. He ain't, you feel me, bigger than everybody else or faster than everybody else or stronger than everybody else. He has just figured, like, he's figured the game out. Like, this is like I said, he had level 6. But when you got to level 3, something changed from level 3 to level 4. And like now he's finishing level 6, and now he's about to go into another window. You feel me? Like, it's a bigger window from 3 to 4, and then from 6 to 7, it's like a big ass window. And he's just tapping into that. Like, to be doing all this as a guard, bro. And I'm watching highlights. Like, this made me watch his game more. Because you know me, I was all like, man, okay, she ain't winning shit. They ain't doing nothing, man. You got to do it in the playoffs. I'm a playoff guy. You got to do it in the playoffs. I got to see you go up against these teams, these coaches. I got to see you go up against these players. And I got to see you do it. And he doing it, bro. I can't even. When you do your thing, bro, I'm gonna always give you love. If I talk shit before that, that's just the competitor in me, bro. I talk shit. So what? I'm on the field. I ain't really talk shit on the field unless somebody says something to me, but I'm on you though. I ain't gotta talk shit.
Right.
I'm at you. I ain't gotta say nothing. I'm at you, and you know it. So, and I respect that. Like I said, I respect that. I respect his game. Nah, I never thought he was gonna be MVP for real. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna be good. I remember him. I remember watching him when he got drafted to the Clippers. I'm like, bro, hey, this motherfucker be doing some weird finishes around the rack with both hands. He can shoot mid range. His three, like he has some game to his game. And I'm like, okay, he gonna be all right. Nah, I didn't see this. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see this. So, shout out to his hard work. Shout out to his passion for the game. And I'm excited to see how this shit go. Cause, like I said, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander can be up there, can be put in that category being talked about with the Kobe Bryants of the game, with the Michael Jordans of the game, with the Dwayne Wades of the game, with the Hardens of the game. People are already saying that OKC remind them of the Bulls in the 90s. I've heard those comparisons. So who Jordan? Obviously he Jordan. It ain't Jalen Williams. So if we gonna talk about it, we gotta talk about it. Let's talk about it. So keep doing your thing, partner. OKC in 5 though. I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept. This is not going to 7. This series will not see 7. And don't be surprised if the Pacers get swept because they are a 1 seed for a reason. Best 1 seed I see in some years. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It's I ain't gonna lie. The more and more that I think of it, I'm giving grace, but I'm right with you on it. Obviously, like I said, my good people, Thursday, 7:30, and then Sunday, 7 p.m. for Game 2. So we'll definitely be on top of that, and obviously giving our perspective and outlook on each of those games. Moving on. Obviously, this is probably going to be the most insane offseason for the NBA. A lot of superstar old heads are going to be in the mix of where they're trying to go. KD came out. I don't know if the source is true or not, saying that he's going to make his decision after the finals. But there's one that's already rolling right now. We all know Giannis Antetokounmpo is thinking about going somewhere, if he's staying, if he's not. Sources on whoever, I don't really trust sources until they come out, but it's always good to talk about them. They go ahead and say possibly that there's maybe a trade rumor or sell or buy, meaning do you buy it or do you not, or sell it to where it's okay, cool, whatever, that it would be where KD and Giannis Antetokounmpo team up in Toronto to be in the 6. And I'll tell you what, granted, obviously I've had my statement on what Giannis Antetokounmpo should do and what should happen. If you want to go ahead and read that, definitely go on my Twitter. I have a nice little, I guess, blog post about it. But this would be crazy. I'm not going to lie. This would be something that would be nuts if you just go ahead and think outside the box about it. Giannis and KD side by side. Wow. Talk to me about that.
I like it. It just depends on what's around it. So if they and Kevin Durant did like the tweet about him, him and Giannis potentially going to Toronto as a destination. I like it. Like I said, it depends on what's around them. If they're able to keep Scotty Barnes, I know they probably gonna have to give up just because they traded for Brandon Ingram last year.
Yep.
He didn't, and I don't think he ended up playing though. He was still hurt. But do you have to get rid of both of them to get Giannis and KD? I don't think they're gonna do that I don't think they'd do that. But if you can somehow keep both of them or keep one of them, and now you got KD, Scotty Barnes, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, or you feel me, something like that, because you ain't probably gonna need a Brandon Ingram if you got Kevin Durant. Yeah. And you got Emmanuel Quickly or whatever it is. They're gonna have a long lineup as far as like height. You're gonna be guys out there with range, with defense. You got scoring. You got scoring like a motherfucker when you bring in Kevin Durant and Giannis, for sure. Giannis is a scoring machine himself. And then you bring in Kevin Durant that don't need the ball in his hand the first 15 seconds of the shot clock and can get his shot within 3 seconds, 2 dribbles, 1 dribble, whatever. He can do what he want to do. So it just depends on the team that they bring around them. That's what's gonna make it work. But just putting Kevin Durant and Giannis on the same team, I don't think it's gonna work. But if you are able to keep your players and let go of some picks and don't have to like rip up your whole team for these two guys, then I think the Raptors won't miss the playoff next year. I'll tell you that if that happens. I mean, it's a lot of speculation going on with these with these trade rumors and potential teams players can go to. There's a lot to be talked about. Obviously, there's going to be more talked about after the finals for sure, because I know that rolls right into like the offseason. The offseason, damn. I think the draft is like damn near like a couple days after the 22nd of the supposedly Game 7, which we will not see. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna know. I think that's interesting though, man. I definitely think that's interesting. It'll be tough though, because Giannis will be leaving for real. Like that'll be tough to be leaving for real. Because I sent you that, and it said he had interest in them. I think it'd be cool. I think Toronto will be a good spot. Shit, KD be over there with Drizzy. Drake over there. Drake will be right back at the games, cooling and shit. Drake has something to come and cheer for again. Goddamn. So I like it, man. I think the NBA need a shakeup, especially to the East. Bring Kevin Durant back to the East. Bring Giannis. You know, obviously he's in the East, but bring him to the Raptors. It look like Milwaukee kind of going down. Like even if he stays, I still think they're gonna have going down. So it's time for him to jump off now. And shit, maybe he can come back in 4-5 years and finish his career off with the Bucks. But allow him to be free, man. Allow him to go and do his motherfucking thing. And if Giannis is gonna be this player we think he is and play 10 more years, he's only 30, shit, he can come back and finish his career with them and still be a 25, 12, and 5 player with them in 2032. Who knows, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think it'd be a good to bring them together. I think it'd be good for the NBA as well. So I'm just excited to see what happens, man. Excited to see what happens. Sham said it's gonna be the biggest offseason. I don't know how, but obviously that got to mean something with Giannis, right?
It's gotta. You just don't.
I think he the biggest name, unless Joker say fuck this, I want to leave Denver. You feel me? Or Ant say, hey man, I want to go to New York. Like it's cool here in Minnesota, but let me go over here to New York, bro. Let me go to the Garden. You feel me? Where they'll really be able to feel me in the NBA. Oh, they'll feel him in the NBA if he go to the Garden. But that's neither here nor there.
I think the biggest, like when I saw that, I think the perfect fit for Kevin Durant is teaming up with Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. I think that is the if I am I tweeted this too, and if I'm Alex Rodriguez, I am calling KD right now, and I'm like, hey brother, what can we do to get you here? Because, and we've said this earlier, Anthony Edwards needs a mentor. Like everyone that's tried to go ahead and be a mentor, obviously they did this part. Don't get me wrong, like Pat Beverly, I guess Mike Conley, things like that. But like he needs someone like Kevin Durant to see what he does on a day-to-day basis when it's crunch time. Because he's going to see that for 82 games in the regular season when it's times like, shit, like we need a quick 12. KD will go ahead and get that shit done within 3 minutes. Like, he will go ahead, get on that block, and get to work. Like, it don't matter who's there, he's going to go ahead and do what he needs to do. But Anthony Edwards needs to see things like that because Minnesota Timberwolves rely on him so much. Like, they're putting him in a position to where he has to go ahead and grow up extremely quickly. Like, beyond his years. So I think really the best landing point for Kevin Durant is with the Timberwolves. But if he says, I forget his name, how do you say it? The NBA insider for basically ESPN. Shams. We don't know what's going to happen if he said that this is going to be the biggest offseason that the NBA's ever had. I mean, we already got hit with a bombshell with Luka Doncic going to the Lakers mid-season. So if that's going to be something like this in the offseason with multiple guys, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. And I'm all with you on what you said. Like, all right. Hey, he's like, no, I'm trying to go to New York. Or Giannis like, I'm trying to go ahead and go San Antonio. Or KD's like, man, I'm trying to go ahead and go to New York. I'm trying to team up with AE that he's trying to go there. You don't think them ball clubs, those organizations, going to make that shit happen? Because everything is ran on the dollar. And they're going to go ahead and make that happen. You trying to tell me that every night in New York, if Anthony Edwards or KD or both them together were on the same team, that would be sold out every night. The Garden would be sold out every night. Even though it already was probably this year, it'd be sold out times 10 just because of the name. We don't school you here, guys. You already know what it is when it comes to this sports stuff. It's more than just players. It's more than just, these guys hooping. Like, they put a lot of money on these organizations' head, and the organizations make a lot of money off that. So let's keep that 100. But it's just like, it's going to be crazy to see. Like, I would love to see Jokic be like, you know what, man, screw it. I liked what you said there, though. I would love to see Jokic be like, man, I need a new change of scenery. I'm trying to go to the East. Or I'm trying to go to what team would be in the West? I'd be like, oh wow. I'm trying to go to Golden State. I'm trying to go to Golden State, team up with Steph Curry and Draymond and Butler, and be like, hey, let's do this. I like this. You ain't trying to tell me that the Warriors just got better by that? Come on, bro. Something's got to give. It's gonna be crazy this offseason. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Or nah. Yeah, but no, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy for sure.
But we shall see. We'll definitely keep tabs on it, but let's just enjoy these finals because I think we're definitely going to see some good basketball, even if it's short for only 4 games or not. But I got a tweet for you, my good brother. I did my homework. I got a couple lined up that I had screenshotted, but this one I think we can definitely go ahead and talk about because it's just irrelevant to what we're, preaching on right now. Overtime, they had went ahead and posted something to where ranked these 4 players from 1 to 4. So they have Anthony Edwards, Brunson, Halliburton, SGA. You can do this. Just just do it as a whole. I don't care about what the playoffs. Just regular season to playoffs of this year. Where do you rank these 4 guys? Again, I'll give them to you one more time. So there's Anthony Edwards, Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, SGA. Rank them 1 through 4.
Right now, SGA 1. Gets tricky. I'm gonna go Ant 2. So SGA 1, and I'm gonna go Brunson 3, and I'm gonna go Halliburton 4. And I know people be like, "Why you put Halliburton at the last? You just talking so highly about him." Da da da. Yeah, and I do still feel that way. I think this list changes in a couple years. I think Halliburton is going to be a good point guard for a longer time. You feel me? He's going to be a good player, a good point guard for a longer time. Then I think Jalen Brunson is able to keep up what he's doing in New York. So soon, Halliburton going to be third and Brunson going to be fourth, but maybe in like 2 or 3 years. But right now, I got Halliburton fourth, I got Brunson 3, I got Ant-Man 2, and I got SGA number 1.
No, I'll rock with that. I think with Brunson, with Tyrese Halliburton, he's just a true point guard, and there's nothing wrong with being a true point guard. Those other 3 guys, like, they are the main vocal point on their team. And what I mean by that, when it comes crunch time, scoring, putting the ball in the basket, things like that, those 3 guys are more reliable on than I feel than Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
That's just my point of view on it. Like, if you look at these, like SGA, right? Okay, he has good players, but he's the best player on his team. Brunson, best player on his team. I would take him over Cap. We saw this playoffs. I mean, this guy came in. He was doing what he needed to do. Easy. There's no questions about that. Anthony Edwards, he's the best player on his team. People won't say Tyrese Halliburton is probably the best player on his team. That's just me.
You think people will speculate about that more than they would speculate about the other situation?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because they're you got to see with what, like, these guys don't have games where, like, they have. I mean, granted, like, yeah, they have a bad night, but like Tyrese's bad nights are bad. Like, he'll have 0 points, whatever, and then they'll just take him out, and then he won't even play like the rest of the second half.
Yeah.
And what does that tell me? That tells me that they're fine of relying with other guys on the team to go ahead and cut, to get more of the slack back after Tyrese had cut it to where he wasn't really performing and what he was performing. And that's cool.
And that's more of a good job to Siakam.
Absolutely.
With you being able to do that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of just where I'm at with that. But yeah, no, I'm
that's a good perspective right there. That's a good perspective.
I'm 100%, 100% with you on that. We could go ahead and, we like to be futuristic on this show here. We're going to do some early picks for MVP for 2026 NFL and NBA.
Oh, baby.
I'll tell you this. I'm not going to shy away from saying this from the NFL. And I've said this already on the podcast for the Dark Horse, but I just think that this makes sense more and more that I see this season. Obviously, you all know on here that I'm a very huge Jordan Love fan, and I would love to have him to win MVP every single year. He's definitely going to be in contention for it, but he's going to have to. I'm not saying have to. It's just that there's going to be a certain point later in the season where it will determine that he's the factor of winning the MVP. But my MVP. Matthew Stafford. LA Rams. Easy.
Okay.
I'm talking about landslide. Like, you're gonna watch week 1. I don't care. Well, you're gonna just watch the whole season. And he's gonna be a kid, like a kid that was playing flag football at a young age or just backyard football, just having fun. He might be smiling more than he's ever smiled before in his life. He might be getting to meetings extra early, not even extra early. He's just going to be so locked in and just having fun because he has every single weapon you can possibly ask for on the offensive side. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Williams back there running the football. You got an offensive line, head coach that's a genius. He might break the record for most yards thrown and TDs. That's my guy.
And they got tight ends too. They got the rookie from Oregon that they drafted, and they got Tyler Higsby. That they paid him, I think, 2 years ago, but he came on. He had got hurt, but he came back in last year and finished the season well. So man, they got weapons. They got Sean McVay, but that's a great pick right there. That's a great pick right there for sure. I'm gonna match you with the NFL pick. My NFL pick. Who I got winning the MVP next year? Matt Stafford is definitely a great pick. Can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna jump out the gate with it. For my pre season NFL MVP 2026 pick is gonna be starting quarterback, NFC East division, out there in Washington, Jaden Daniels, MVP.
Wow.
I think last year was a great year for him. And I remember last year it was like week 3 or it was like week 5. And I had text you. I said, "Hey bro, if they they got like 11 wins after like week 14 or something like that, I was like, bro, he gonna be in the MVP talks." And he was like, "Bro, no, he not." He was like, "No, he not. I don't know about that." Da, da, da. I'm like, "All right." And we looked up. As I looked at their schedule, I'm like, "Bro, that schedule weak as hell." They had some wins in there. You know what I'm saying? Like they was playing well at that time.
Right.
And I'm watching him play though. Like he's, bruh, not turning the ball over, anticipating passes, anticipating runs, making the right play every time, not scrambling just because. Like he out there killing you with his mind. And that's what I started to see. So that's my preseason pick for the NFL MVP this year, Jaden Daniels. I'm going with Dog.
I like that a lot. I'll tell you this right now, preseason for four guys that will be in the talk by week 11. Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, I'll put Jaden Daniels, and then I'll do 5, and then I'll be Josh Allen. Those are my 5 right there. Pre. I think all 5 of those guys are gonna have a huge year this year, like huge. So we shall see.
Excited to see it.
We shall see.
Excited to see it.
But let's move on over to the obviously other sport that we talk about the most, basketball. 2026. So it'll be 2027. That'll be 2026.
No, it'll be 2026. Do a dark horse MVP and like MVP. Do like who you projecting to be the MVP, and then go dark horse MVP. Who can go there?
Okay.
Who can potentially rise up this year?
Solidified SGA, 100%. I mean, you can't if you keep scoring 30 points, averaging 30 points a game, and playing the way you're playing. I think he's only getting better and better each year. Like we're gonna see this man only elevate his game more and more and more to where it's like, man, we can't even do anything. Like we just try to stay in front of him as best we can. I got SGA for sure winning in 2026. Dark horse. I wouldn't say that he's a dark horse. I'm gonna put Giannis Antetokounmpo in there.
Okay, on the Bucks or on a different team?
Whatever team. Because we don't really know. Like we don't know. We can sit here and obviously both of us having a conversation talking about this. We don't know what's really going down. I can have my perspective on, hey, listen, he's gonna be with the Bucks. You can have your respect, like, yeah, no, he's gone. We don't know until that shit happens. I just think whatever is gonna happen for Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's gonna rejuvenate what he's trying to do, because he's either going to prove you wrong, or he's going to prove you wrong again, or keep getting better and showing like, hey, listen, like I'm still that top guy. I need to go ahead and be in those talks every year and be winning. I just think he's just going to be rejuvenated, because this is really a next chapter for him, if you really look at it, because he's already dealing with what comes with Giannis. What are you going to do? Getting asked that every single day. Because then once you get that worn off you, now you're free. Like now you just go. Like you've already made a decision. So I think that's going to be my dark horse as well.
Okay. You got SGA winning the MVP, so you got them going back to back.
Like landslide. Like we saw like how they be saying how Michael Jordan was a landslide every year that he won the MVP.
Yeah.
That's what we're about to see with SGA.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past him, but boy, another year of MVP, damn near your team going to the finals, and you went, just imagine it, 2 years in a row, MVP, back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back finals MVPs, back-to-back championships. Oh my Lord, that's some LeBron type shit. That's some Jordan, bro. Yeah, that'd be super tough. And for Giannis to win it, like you said, this is probably one of the biggest moments in his career right now. So wherever it go, it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like wherever because this is like we going this way, but wherever it go, if it go this way, it's still gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So excited. That was a great pick too. I'm not gonna pick SGA because you picked SGA. So I'm gonna go different for my for my MVP. My MVP of next year. No Tatum, no Kyrie. I'm not saying it like Kyle's gonna be there. That's my dog.
I love Kyrie Irving. You can never listen. The
Yeah.
slander that I be seeing, not even seeing, bro, I'm sick.
Kyrie, my dog. He know the vibes. But for my MVP pick, bro, this is tough.
It is.
This is tough. This is tough. This is tough. But this what I'm gonna go with. Because I do think they want it to happen. My MVP pick for next year, I'm going Victor Wembanyama. So if Spurs are a 3 seed, 2 seed, maybe 4 seed at the least, depending on the year everybody else is having around them, if they go from being the seed to a top 3 seed and he's doing what he do all year and he's getting better and he's putting up these crazy numbers and blocking 8 shots a game, 3 steals a game, 5 threes a game, 10 dunks a game, 27 rebounds a game. Like if he's doing all of that and filling up the stat sheet how we think he's supposed to be doing it in year 3, because year 3 is the year you're supposed to be who you're gonna be, damn near for real. Like 2 seasons of you ain't finished the season, now you start to see what the NBA is like. I remember he said this shit was easier to play in the NBA, but you ain't finished the season yet. So it ain't easier to play in the NBA. It ain't easy at all. So, but that's my pick for the MVP. It depends on the Spurs team, but I think if the Spurs are more competitive, like let's just say the Rockets competitive of this year. The Rockets was the 2 seed, and they was the 3 seed around there, the 2-3 seed around there the whole time. If the Spurs are the 2-3 seed, Wembanyama gonna win MVP next year, for sure. Now my dark horse MVP, this is about to shock you, and I'm not saying it like he gonna win, but I do think he's about to take a jump this year to where it's gonna put him into the conversation on being like one of the young guys that's up there with the Halliburtons and the SGAs and the Ants and the Brunsons, and I think he about to put his name in the cup right now, and that's Pablo Banchero.
Oh, Ponchero.
Ponch, yeah. That's my dark horse MVP next year.
I like that a lot.
That's my dark horse, and even if he don't win, if he's in the conversation, I think he's gonna mess around and get an MVP in his career though. I think he got that type of shit with him. So that's my dark horse. Pablo Banchero. I messed up your name, my bad, player. But you know your name. Goddamn it. I didn't I spent the whole lifetime people fucking up my name. Why I had all type of last name sayings. I'm like, bro, just call me Tony. Goddamn.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. His game and bag work is crazy. When I went to go see the Magic play, bro, I'm like specifically watching him. Bro, he can do whatever he wants to do on that court. And they are one piece away too, by the way. They are one piece.
Don't let Giannis go to them or something like that. Don't let him go to Orlando.
I'm gonna tell you, shit,
man.
But no, I like those a lot, especially Ponchero. Ponchero's got a deep bag, and he'd be working with KD off season. He's doing it right now. I just saw a video, so I like that a lot, man. But with that, my good people, we appreciate you tapping in with us, man. Go ahead and like everything that we got going on. Subscribe to obviously YouTube channels. We are on Spotify. Go ahead and hit the follow buttons, all on Twitter, Instagram. It is Off the Top Show. Go ahead and just type that in. We appreciate you. My good brother Lip, take us out, man.
Hey, man, take care of yourselves. Drink y'all water, man. It's going to get hot this summer. It's a little hot now, so take care of yourselves, man. Enjoy these finals. We'll be back next week to give y'all the good news, the good jug, the good vibes, all the good stuff, man. So enjoy yourself, man. Hydrate yourself. all that good stuff.
You heard him. Everybody be as best as you can be. Be a good person. See y'all next week. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah.